John, I guess all of the enthusiasm surrounding the takeover and, fresh hope and all that at half-time probably felt a long way away.
Yeah, obviously before the game we mentioned it, but we touched on it in a way of saying enjoy it, enjoy the kind of atmosphere, use it in the right way, and then let's just focus on what we need to do. We need to get back to getting points on the board, and but doing it our way, which we haven't really deviated from. But yeah, 2-0 down just before half time. It makes half time, not difficult, but you have to go in there with a real clear message around what you want the second half to look like, and sometimes you got to pick them up. I think there was an element of that today. We had to pick up a few, but what a reaction!
I guess one of the big changes you were kind of probably forced into by Rhys Evans' injury was bringing on JJ Hooper up front. He gave you a real presence that you maybe didn't have first half.
Yeah, look, I don't think I'm going to change my tune on JJ anytime soon. If I could get him on the pitch most weeks, especially at this level of football, he's a hell of a footballer. The same phrase as I probably used last time. He's physical, his timing of movement, his understanding of his position and what he gives the team is outstanding. And again, realistically, before the game, if I could have risked him to start, would I have? Maybe. But he's been out for a few weeks, and I've got to look after him and the team. But yeah, Rhys's foot, bless him, he wanted to give us everything. He's been struggling with it since Tuesday, and he did. He gave us it, and to be honest with you, he would have stayed out there. That's the kind of character he is. But I needed to get him off, obviously to do with the physicality. But I also believe that if we slightly change the shape, with the bodies that we had and the bodies available now, giving JJ 45 minutes, we could do something. Obviously, it turned out that we could.
You've had to be patient with Jordan Cook as he works his way back towards fitness, but I think setting off in particular, you maybe saw the player that is in there.
Yeah, do you know what? We've seen glimpses of it from the first time he stepped on the pitch regarding his quality on the ball and what he sees vision-wise when the ball's at his feet, and he's having to work extremely hard and probably playing a lot more minutes than he should be at the stage of his recovery. But he's willing to. He wants to be out there. And again today, I started him up there in the 2, and then I've asked him to go and do a bigger job out there in the wide areas where he looked extremely dangerous. And his last few weeks, like I said, we've seen little glimpses. The other night at Farsley, he looked after the ball well for us on a tough pitch, hit the bar. I've been waiting for him and hoping that he gets that goal. And today he's really opened his account with a hell of a finish.
I'll call you a goal-scoring defender in your day. We'll go with that. Finn Dawson's making a real knack of getting vital goals.
Yeah, and you know what? Again, I've just told the local lads there that at the end of the game, he should be climbing on the ceiling, talking about how he's saved the result with a great header. But he's in there with his chin on his chest and his hand in the air, saying, "Sorry, lads, for the goal that I've helped." No, he hasn't. I refuse to say gave it away, because he's tried to play our way. He's made a slight mistake and they've jumped on it and scored. But that's the kind of character he is, and the threat he gives us in both boxes. He's extremely. He's got extreme intensity and desire to go and win the ball in our box, and he has got a knack of the same thing in their box, and that's what's going to make him a dangerous prospect for anybody. He's with us till the end of the season from Bradford, but whoever takes him and whichever rung of the ladder he goes to, he's got a bright future.
I guess now the challenge is given that you've got momentum from the second half, the challenge now is to build on that.
Yeah, look, I think the first half we started well and we played some real good stuff. We had a game plan for Boston. We had and it seemed to be working. But I said to the players in there, I'm not 100% sure who was the brighter team after maybe 20-25 minutes. I felt like we looked like a team that hasn't won for a while. The second half, we looked like a team that were on a 6-game winning run. We absolutely pinned them in. We dominated the game. And what I've asked them to do there is to try and think about what mindset that is. How do they get themselves in the right place, right frame of mind to start the game that way? Because when they do that, when they're front-footed, when they're brave on the ball, when they commit to runs both ways, and when they graft and fight for first and seconds the way that they've shown, they're a threat to anybody.